So just from, making that connection and getting into a shop, again, there's little signs throughout my career that showed me like, okay, social media is powerful. It can help me connect with people. And ultimately, YouTube is what helped me get into a shop because, Ricky, we spoke about it, walking into tattoo shops and asking for apprenticeships, it's intimidating and people right off the bat are telling you no. So I experienced that. I went to all the shops, a lot of big name shops too, trying to get an opportunity, just trying to donate my time. I would have paid. I would have paid for an apprenticeship too.
Welcome back, Monday, to another episode of the IQ Project. We got a special guest for you guys today. You guys might know him from YouTube, TikTok, or any other social media like Instagram, right?
Yep.
His name is Herschel. Goes by Rockroll G.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting podcast today. We're gonna learn a little bit more about the man. I'm right here with my co-host Rickytatt.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Our other co-host Romeoshades.
I got upgraded.
I had to do it on camera.
That's right.
I had to do it.
Our other co-host,
host. Yeah. All right. So, actually, Ricky got in touch with Herschel right here. Glad you can make it, bro.
Appreciate you guys having me.
I've been following you on TikTok first, and then I started following you on Instagram.
Nice.
And I love your content.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How'd you get a hold of him? It's hard to get a hold of him.
Break some necks, some ankles, bribe some people. Like, it's like, pretty hard to get to. No. Yeah. To be honest, I just told him, I just connected with him. I found out about you through YouTube. I was searching like tattoo blogs, and then you were doing your thing with your channel, and I just like what you were doing, and like I told you earlier, you came out genuine, and it's rare that you get that connection. So I just started following him. I'm like, we first look at somebody and we're like, oh, he's trying to do this, trying to do that, but I didn't get that with you, bro. I honestly got a genuine thing that you're just trying to be who you are and letting people know. So I saw that, and then I saw your channel, and then I said, oh, he's a tattoo shop owner. Awesome. Like, we're tattoo shop owners. Yeah. Like, I know we can connect in some levels, right? 100%. A lot of levels, actually. And then I just, we just started talking back and forth, I don't feel like I was too abrasive to you, No,
not at all. Not at all. Yeah, you showed me a lot of love, and yeah, the conversation just started, so.
Yeah, from then on, we were able to click, and then I just asked him one day if he can do our podcast, and he did. He accepted and it's just a matter of scheduling at that time, right? And here we are. So thank you, man. Thank you for coming all the way to Fontana, California.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing it wasn't windy today. Might have messed up your look.
It's all good. It's all good.
So where are you located at?
So my tattoo shop's based out of the city of Orange in Orange County, California. Okay. So that's where I'm from, Orange County, California.
What's your shop's name?
Tattoo shop is Pachuco Tattoo.
Okay.
Tattoo. How long have you been having it?
So I opened the tattoo shop in 2011. So it's been about 12 years now. Time flies. It's crazy. But yeah, 12 years now.
You were using coils back then?
I still use a little bit of coils. Yeah, but I was using a lot of coils early on. A lot of bloodhounds, bloodhound iron. Shout out to Jeff. So yeah.
Tell us a little bit about like your story, man. If people want to get to know like your story, how did you get to being a tattoo shop owner? Like, in short, I guess,
Yeah, no worries. Tattoo shop owner, tattoo artist. I came on, when I was like in my teenage years, when I was in high school. And I started tattooing right after I graduated high school. And one of the people I was looking up to at the time was Mr. Cartoon. So, he's still my number one person I look up to. I try to mold my career like Mr. Cartoon. So watching somebody like Mr. Cartoon, I love that he was representing his culture, right? He's Mexican American. I felt like he was representing like myself, he was Mexican American and he was tattooing the mainstream. He's tattooing the biggest artists, and I was an artist already, and I just really became inspired by him, and tattooing was starting to get really popular on TV, so the mainstream started accepting tattooing a lot more. And at that time it was a lot harder to get into tattooing than what it is now. But yeah, I just became inspired. I always did art, and I actually started tattooing to make extra money, sort of thing, as a side hustle, and quickly became something that I fell in love with, and I just started tattooing, fell in love with it, and it's been nonstop since then. But nothing happened by accident. Where I'm at right now, as far as the clientele, the sorts of projects that I'm doing right now, there were things that I believed in when, you know, nobody else did. There are things that I envisioned myself to be. And I really just been trying to work hard towards that. And I just try to hold on to those things, those first early times when you first get started, you know, because a lot of people, they'll will put them on. So
just do a traditional apprenticeship, or you just start?
I did not do a traditional apprenticeship. I was more self-taught. So I was tattooing out of my house, tattooing out of my kitchen, doing work out of there, tattooing all my friends and family. So it started out just that way. And shortly after that, I did like light apprenticeship here, light apprenticeship there. It very short term. At that time, I had already been tattooing. So, I mean, I picked up a little bit here and there, but I feel like the knowledge and stuff that I gained was more through different mentors along the way. You know, one of them being Niz Carrillo out of Orange. He was somebody that I looked up to at the time I was working with. And, you know, I learned a lot from him in my early years on. So I had more like mentorships versus like a traditional apprenticeship myself. Cool. That's part of the reason why I feel like I felt a little different at the time, because, you know, I didn't do the other. I felt like an outcast because I didn't apprentice, you know.
No, before the apprenticeship or before getting into like teaching yourself, were you into like any type of art before that growing up?
100%. I always did art. I was always, entering art classes or doing art contests at school. I remember I was quiet like my elementary school years, but like art was a way that, you know, you could express yourself, and that did the talking for you. You know, I seen that, you know, by creating art, another kid next to me would start talking to me, and that would just create, you know, relationships and friends, you know, was through my tattooing, even though I was quiet. So yeah, I always did art. I always drew. I was inspired by my uncle, who was a tattoo artist. And, you know, I had two tios, you know, rest in peace, but they were both covered up in tattoos. So as a kid, you know, I watched my tios, they were covered in tattoos. My uncle was an artist. I had other family that were artists, and I just always did art. I always 100% always been artistic for sure. So that
must have been awesome to have, dude, like seeing tattooing at a young age, getting your uncle's tattoo, because we come from a family that's
we're the only artists.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, huge family.
Yeah. And nobody would get tattooed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
yeah, it's definitely like that. Traditional families, you know, aren't really into tattoos.
Because we were talking about this the other day, like with his kids, like, man, they get to grow up in a tattoo shop. You know?
Yeah,
they're here every day, dude.
Yeah.
Really? That's
and
cool.
they come and they'll judge the tattoo. Like, oh, my daughter's especially like, I don't know, that looks kind of, you know, I don't know why you put that one with that one
in front of his client too.
That's funny.
So, but it's awesome to see.
It is,
and
yeah.
I'm glad that I'm giving him this opportunity, because I didn't, you know.
No, 100%.
And who knows what would happen if that was the case, you know. But it's dope to hear that you did that, you know. That's dope.
No, that's cool what you're doing with the kids too, man. Yeah. It's important, you know, to bring them around.
Yeah.
I'll have my son and my daughter too. I'll have them sweep. Hey, help me do this. Get the trash, you know. Just teach them that work ethic young, right?
Yeah.
So
and teach them too that there's little jobs within it's not just tattooing. So I'll tell my daughter, hey, put on some gloves, get the disinfectant, and just clean all the stations.
Yep.
And she'll do that. Why? And she goes, all of them supposed to be looking this dirty. I'm like, there's gonna be a couple artists here that are gonna be a lot dirtier.
I have a complaint because she didn't wipe mine down.
So little things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And even folding napkins, like, you know, it's something that they're gonna cherish from the beginning. They're gonna appreciate the work later if they want to do this later. If not, it's cool.
But even in any other industry, like 100%. Just that work ethic is really gonna help them out. You know?
Business overall. Right?
Are you a graffiti artist?
No, I actually didn't do a lot of graffiti. I mean, I was around it. I had friends that did graffiti, but I never really fully got into it. I got into it. I got into trouble, and then I think maybe that's why I took a little break from it. But no, I never really did too much graffiti. It was always mainly charcoal, just art on paper, really. So
did your parents scare you with the chancla too?
With the chancla? A little bit here and there, yeah, definitely. And you know what, you guys were back to talking about growing up with tattooing. It really, even though I did, it wasn't really still accepted. It was what it was. My uncle was just tattooing his friends, and you know, my tío, he was in the gang life. You know, we're talking the early '90s, right? The all-time high for gang banging in California, right? Yeah. So my vision of tattooing was more like, I saw it as like, oh, this is like what cholos do. So in the beginning, it wasn't positive. That's what I'm saying too. It wasn't. Gotcha. It was more like, I never really thought I'd be doing
like taboo.
It was taboo, definitely.
You got to see the whole transition from where it went taboo to actually mainstream. 100%. Right now, where it's at right now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, did you work at any other shop before you opened your shop?
I worked at a shop for about a year and a half prior to opening up Pachuco Tattoo. I worked at a small shop called West Coast Inc. And, I've talked about this before, but they found me through social media. They found me through YouTube. I was doing YouTube even back then. So just from, making that connection and getting into a shop, again, there's little signs throughout my career that showed me like, okay, social media is powerful. It can help me connect with people. And ultimately, YouTube is what helped me get into a shop because, Ricky, we spoke about it, walking into tattoo shops and asking for apprenticeships. It's intimidating and people right off the bat are telling you no. So I experienced that. I went to all the shops, a lot of big name shops too, trying to get an opportunity, just trying to donate my time. I would have paid for an apprenticeship too, and just I didn't have those opportunities. And back then I just, had to create my own opportunity too, right? Which was being self-taught, working out of the house and doing all of that. So
now when you were at that shop working, you had mentioned to me before how you like to plan out your, like within 5 years. Were you doing that then? And was that part of your 5-year plan?
Definitely. Yeah. Getting into a tattoo shop was a part of the plan. And I feel like a lot of things happened around the same time. I had my first child, my son, around the time that I got hired at a tattoo shop. So, for me, tattooing, I went harder than ever when I knew I had a baby on the way, right? So getting into the tattoo shop and having my baby on the way, it was all around the same time. But once it started, it was part of the plan. And once I got into a shop, it was like, it's go time. Like, okay, now we're in. I've been doing stuff out of my house for so long. Like it's go time now.
Your whole mentality changed.
100% did change.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that also pushed you to want to be like, okay, what pushed you to wanting your own shop? Like, obviously you're inside a shop. So what pushed you to like, I want my own?
So what pushed me to get my own shop in the beginning, that just seemed to me like it seemed like if you're a tattoo artist and you get a shop, that was like the ultimate like success. But looking back at it now, if I could be 100% honest, I would have waited to open up a tattoo shop. I opened up a shop way too early. I was 23 when I opened up my shop, and at that time, like I wish, because now you're not just a tattoo artist, you're playing, you're the management role, you're doing accounting, you're doing it all. And it's a lot of work. And I wish I would have waited. I would have worked in other shops, taken my time, learned what I can from different places, and then opened up the shop. But it is what it is. I branded the shop that I have now. But those are just things looking back at life. I wish I would have waited a little bit to open up the shop. But I learned a lot from it. A lot of people have gone and worked through my shop. A lot of artists in Orange County, started at my shop. A lot of that was kind of the shop. Like you get started at Pachuco, so.
Damn. Why Pachuco?
Pachuco, it's a tribute to my, background being, Mexican American. I just love the, the old school aesthetic. I love old music. I just love old aesthetic. And again, it's just a tribute to my culture. One of my messages is, I'm proud of who I am. I'm Mexican American. My family's from Jalisco, and I just really, want to represent for, really my people. And especially because, growing up, you don't really have a lot of, idols. At least I didn't really grow up with a lot of like artist idols or people that I looked up to at the time when I was a kid, and those are the things that I just want to inspire, man. So
damn, that's cool, man.
One thing I was gonna ask you, like, I think that's a lot of artists, when they're trying to open a shop, they don't realize how much goes back into it.
Yeah,
like you're there 90% of the time,
for sure,
and you're doing all the backbone that nobody sees. Is there any point where you're just like, man, your stress just got to you?
Definitely. I've talked about this before, where I wanted to let go of the shop plenty of times. So many times I was like, this might be it. This might be the last year, because it can be a lot. You have a lot of stuff going on. And then, if you have the shop, you have to manage, again, the marketing side of it too. So it's just a lot of work. And there was a lot of times where it did become overwhelming. Like, man, I should just be focusing on my stuff right now. And it definitely gets hard. There's a lot of times when you want to just quit. But every time I'd get close to it, I'd be like, man, okay, it's been X amount of years. I'd be sitting in my shop and like, a lot of people have come through these doors. I can't let it go, So thankfully, I just kept it pushing, man.
You opened 2011. That's right after, like, I guess that whole recession hit. Did it start off slow for you, or get better, or it just started booming from then? Because I mean, I started tattooing in 2011, but we started at the garage.
Okay.
So I didn't really know how shops were working at that time. Because right now I know it's big anywhere you go. There's people booked for 2-3 months in advance,
Yep.
So I'm just wondering, like, at what transition did you notice where it started getting like that?
As far as having consistent clientele, I feel like I've been busy since even I was at the house. So it's not that I gained like more work. I've thankfully, through word of mouth, I've been busy for a long time. So as far as the walk-in traffic, or when we first opened, it's not that we had a lot of walk-in traffic. We had mainly working by appointment because we're really hard to find. So we were busy and booming just based off of mine. I don't know if you guys know who Oath is, but Oath is an artist he's the artist who I opened up the shop with. And me and him, we had our own clientele. So we were busy right off the gate. And then once we ended up expanding and getting a different space. I'm on space number 3 right now. So Pachuco has changed a total of 3 times. Our second space was our biggest. And we had a consistent traffic flow and stuff like that, thankfully. But of course there's times where, the seasons, it goes up and down, and just a lot of different things that factor into why it's busy or slow. But I feel, I personally have been busy for a long time. The work has been in demand for some time now.
Yeah. So you focus a lot more on marketing then, since you're hard to find and all that.
Definitely.
At your time earlier, you did MySpace, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that compared to like now, where Instagram's all that?
Yeah. I mean, MySpace was fun. MySpace was fun. There was even other apps, Moco Space, there's different apps that I was using at the time. But at that time I wasn't really getting views or anything, so it felt real like experimental, like nobody's gonna see this anyway, so I just play with content and just post, just really just post. But I feel like I started getting like a growth when I started doing my like thinking outside the box videos, not just showing the tattoo itself. It's all about presentation, so I look at it like, you could do an amazing tattoo, but if you just post a simple video of it, sure, it could do well, it can, but your chances increase if you present it a little bit different, So I focused on like presentation, and I've been saying, like, I've been doing TikToks before TikTok, I was doing short form, like videos that just really, like, looking back at it, like there were a lot of videos where I almost didn't even post because, again, you're not really seeing stuff like that. So I just was real hesitant, and it's just, just experimenting with different forms of content.
Was it hard for you to get on camera at first?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Doing the lives, like now I feel I can go live in a room full of people, no problem. I'm unaffected. But in the past it was definitely, I'd be nervous. I couldn't record anything if anybody was in the same room. So it takes time of getting comfortable with the camera. I find that I would stutter a lot. I would say certain, I have my little exactly.
I would always say
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, your ad libs, right? Your ad libs. We have certain ad libs. So I started kind of catching things like that. Even I'll give you guys an example. My wife, she hadn't seen a video in literally 10 years. That's how she's not into it, She hadn't seen any of my YouTube stuff in 10 years. And she's like, she was impressed with my most recent video. She's like, oh, you did really well. You spoke really well. And it was like, well, yeah, I've been talking to a camera for over 10 years,
And the stuff we say sometimes, it almost seems like
repetitive.
Kind of repetitive, you know what I'm saying? Because you start a lot and you know where you're going on this certain topic, because you're not making stuff up. It's your true life. So
definitely.
Once you're talking about a certain part of your journey, then you're like, okay, I'll just repeat what I said last time, because because that's what it is. You're not gonna change it. Life didn't change.
So what are any tips to get comfortable being on camera? Is it just the camera time, or is there research that goes into it? You know what I mean?
So the tips as far as being on camera, one of the biggest tips is try to be yourself, your genuine, authentic self, right? Sure, you can amplify your personality, but get comfortable with either speaking to a mirror, talk to yourself, like just create, just speak in a room. It could be by yourself directly to the mirror, or even just record yourself, just regular what it is, explain what your day is, but just get comfortable to speaking aloud and to a camera or something. You don't even have to post it, but just record it, I think, and you could rewatch it, come back to it. But at the end of the day, we all think we look cringy on TV or on film or camera. We all think we sound weird, so we're all thinking the same thing.
That's what I try to tell everybody.
We're stopping ourselves most of the time.
It's all our self-limiting stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
The mindset. Like, we all think people are judging us by our weaknesses that we know, but they don't even know.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But we all think like, no, they might laugh at my voice, but you're the only one that thinks your voice is funny.
For sure.
Or, you know what I mean? In that kind of a way.
I don't know. I heard the camera adds 10 pounds, bro. I'm actually 20 pounds lighter.
The donuts don't help that I brought either. Huh?
Thanks, bro. Yeah. Messed up. It was my first day back at the gym, bro, and you just ruined it.
I felt guilty because I seen your story. I was like, damn, he just went to the gym too.
Yeah. He still knocked out like 3.
Prove it. Prove it. That's cool, man. That's cool that you saw early in your career that, well, this social media thing, it has to be implemented. It has to be part of your tattooing life. It has to be part of your lifestyle. And I feel like with artists, when we try to teach them that, because we feel that is, I mean, this is part of our life. One day, we're not making money this day.
Yeah.
You know, we're dedicating our whole day to this. We could be making money each day here. Add up the Mondays, 4 Mondays out of the month, that's money.
Definitely.
So what I try to tell them is like, it's not something you have to do. I mean, it's not something that has to be tried to do. It's something you have to incorporate into your life.
Definitely.
You know? And you do. And you're doing a great job at it, man. You know?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So,
well, you said earlier, I mean, you take it as a job, right?
Yeah. Make time for it.
Yeah.
You know, one of the biggest things that people tell me, they're like, I don't have time, you know, I'm too busy tattooing, but you have to schedule the time. What I do is I'm constantly trying to come up with, ideas, video ideas. So I have a whole, on my phone, I have a whole, what do they call it? A note, right? Full of ideas. So I'm constantly saving ideas because a lot of times you're going to forget it, right? So I'm constantly saving the ideas and I'll plan for it. So I'll schedule days where, okay, this day I'm going to create 3 solid videos today. You know, I have a goal of creating this, or you know what, I'm going to edit or I'm going to shoot on my vlog. So I do a, schedule like I would a job. So I definitely make time for it like I would a job. So that's definitely important. And it's also good too, because you're going to have freestyle content, things that just are going to hit you on the spot and go off of that. You know, if you feel that it's for a reason, so go with your gut.
Do you plan out when you're going to release your videos? Or
not really? No. I just focus on creating, and as far as posting, I just feel it out.
Yeah.
I try not to post too late because they do say there's advantages for posting on certain days and times, right? You don't want to post too late when everybody's sleeping, right? Sort of thing. So I mean, as far as planning, I try. There's certain key days that I like to post certain videos, but a lot of it I'm just feeling it out. Yeah,
dude, I'm always impressed on the stuff you come up with because you're basically highlighting what's happening at the shops, but you're making an entertaining 10 seconds of it, and it's always like, where does he come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
But it's the stuff the stuff you come up with happens in the shop. Except
Definitely.
we don't think of it as converting it into a content. And that's what you do great at, man.
Thank you.
I'm always
Thank
like, this was funny,
Thank you. I mean, a lot of it too, I'm inspired by a lot of people. So it's, being inspired by other people. It's being inspired by even just memes and something that's trending, and I just try to create things my own. Just like everyone's doing the same, like tattoo designs, you can still create your own version of that too in video form. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I also like to think that I'm selling more than tattoos. My clientele, they're not just sure, they're seeing me for this tattoo that they're going to carry for life, but I feel like I'm trying to sell the brand. I'm selling the whole experience. If you come to me, it's almost like you're part of this like club of people that I've tattooed. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking like I might tattoo somebody where I tattoo their favorite basketball player, or their favorite rapper, and it's like they'll want to come see me for those reasons. Okay, he did my favorite rapper's tattoo. So I feel like again, I'm selling more than tattoos because I'm not the best tattoo artist in the world, but I'm the best at as far as like. My work ethic, I think I have a strong work ethic. And as far as like, the way I present my stuff, I'm trying to be my best at that. You know what I mean? Those are my strengths. And it's also recognizing your strengths too, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, let's go back on that. You actually just talked to me about the whole top 10 hit list or your hit list.
Oh, the series on
that
YouTube?
A little bit more? Yeah.
Yeah, so I currently have a YouTube series. It's called the Hit List. We're going on 2 years now. We're on season 3. And so I've been tattooing different celebrities for a few years now. And it just kind of hit me one day. I was like, okay, I've been tattooing all these people. I get these photos. I get these short videos. I'm like, why am I not doing longer content with this? So that's kind of what started. I already had the context. I was already tattooing like celebrities, different internet personalities, and I just turned it into a full series. So every episode I highlight a different artist or internet personality. I have one with Duno. You mentioned Duno. I have one with like Blueface. Different artists on there, you know. And I try to cover everybody, not just rappers, athletes. I want to even just be internet personalities, just TikTok personality. It could be just different people. And a lot of the people that I cover are people that like I'm a fan of. They're people that I wanna work with. So,
you did some corrido guys too, right?
I did some corrido. Yeah, a few of the Rancho Humilde guys. Yeah, Junior H. I had Junior H at my shop too.
Yeah, that's what I was tripping on. Like you do the whole spectrum, and that's smart.
Yeah,
I thought you were just like hardcore into the hip hop.
No.
But then
I was for a while.
Junior H, I was like, oh shit, like that's dope because you give different fans of yours might like Junior H's work. You know?
Yeah, and it's hitting different audiences is what it is. The goal is to hit different audiences because not everybody listens to hip hop, rap, you know. But if you can reach different people, I mean, that's at least what I'm trying to do. Is I want to reach people. My vision is to, I want to do this like worldwide. I want to be the, like a ganga. You know what I mean? We're talking about ganga. Somebody like that does worldwide stuff, and that's part of my vision. It's still, I feel like, for tattoo artists, it's cool because the older you get, the better you are at your craft, so the stronger tattoos you are. So the best years come later on. All your favorite tattooers have been tattooing like 20 years plus. You know what I mean? So it's like that's one of those rare things for tattooing that's different, and it's a plus for tattooing because if you're a rapper or someone else, an athlete, you have a short timeline. If you're over 30, like over 35, you're like considered you're out the game. But for tattoo artists, man, that's when your work's finally gonna start paying off. It's gonna finally be
tunnel hits.
That's
or the back pain.
But you know what I mean. It starts to pay off.
It's longevity.
Definitely.
What do you do for longevity as far as like your back pain? Do you work out or anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been trying to work out. I went to the gym this morning too, so I've been trying to work out. Definitely, it's also good to take the time off for yourself too whenever you need it mentally. Sometimes mentally you could be drained from tattooing so many hours day after day, right? So it's definitely good to make time for yourself when it comes to that. I've tried getting like back massages or see a chiropractor. I did have you guys seen the isolation tanks, things like that? So just whatever relaxes you. It could just be listening to music, but definitely as far as getting your mental health right, and then physically getting those things, catching things that are early on, because like I work with a few young guys, and I'm like, they eat like crap and don't really so it's like, bro, that's gonna hit you sooner or later. So it's better to plan for it and kind of prevent those things, because it can't be preventative.
Yeah,
that's crazy, because now it's all about like mental health and all that. But like growing up, especially in a Chicano family, you just gotta man up. There's no such thing as mental health,
True.
So
that's a fact.
At what point did you start seeing that, like, oh, it does affect your work, it affects your lifestyle, it affects everything?
You start seeing it sometimes like in your work, in your your artist or your sessions with your client, things like that. Because especially somebody like me, I'm not the type to get help, ask for help, do those sorts of things. So I just kind of hold a lot of things in. But I've learned that you have to make the time for that. But you're saying, when did it start affecting? I would say more like the last, like as of 5 years, So in my early years, I'm just so used to going nonstop, and before I'd wake up the next day. But the older I'm getting, I'm like, man, I need a day after this 10, 11, 12 hour tattoo session. I'm not going to be 100 for my next session, the next day. So I plan accordingly now. If I'm going to do a 10 to 12 hour session, that's not including the break times. That's just tattoo out time, right? I'm like, I'll schedule it to where the next day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go a little lighter. Or you know what? I'm gonna be a little tired, but I'm gonna create content that day, or I'm gonna go do this video, that sort of thing. So
you plan out your week, or you plan out your month?
I plan my weeks. I feel like I plan, and I'm glad that you asked that too, because a lot of people always assume that I'm booked out like X amount of time.
That's the
that's the assumption. If I could be honest with you, I don't even like to book that far ahead. I like to keep my schedule very flexible for opportunities like this session. I don't know who's going to call me. I might have a really good opportunity, and I don't want to cancel on this appointment that I booked X amount of months away.
Super smart.
So I really only work a few weeks at a time, maybe a month, 2 weeks to a month at a time.
I have clients that on that, what you said, I have some clients that came to me and they were like, yeah, man, I was going to go and get tattooed by so-and-so, and I had it booked up, and they canceled me last minute.
It's the worst.
And I'm like, I know why. And they're like, why? Because they tattoo a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
And they got an opportunity for a famous person.
Exactly.
So you're a random. I mean, for whatever word I can say, right?
No, yes.
It's just how it is.
Yeah.
And so they canceled on you because they're going for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So That's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure. But what you said right now is very smart. You keep you don't have those commitments, so you don't mess with your client.
I don't. I keep it very open. I try not to. If I have somebody booked, I try to keep it. But if I have to, there might be some open days, and it'll be like, okay, you know what? Can we reschedule? But I'll get you the next day, or I'll get you the same week. You know. Yeah. But that's at least for what I've been doing, and I've been trying to. I've slowed it down when it comes to like I used to do a lot of sessions outside my shop. I try to focus on being in the shop now, but I went through a lot of years where every week I was doing an LA run twice a week, and sometimes I would have to cancel on people, and I didn't like doing that. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what? I have to schedule a little bit differently, and it's been working out. My schedule is super flexible. I can, if I want to book an appointment tomorrow, I'll book the appointment tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, I already have people that like they'll drop a deposit, or I'll have people that are kind of like on standby. So it's like, the work is there, and I'm appreciative, and I'm just grateful.
I think the key to that is you create a demand.
That's it.
You created a demand that you can decide how far you want to be booked. Because a lot of times being booked a year in advance, sometimes it's an ego thing. Yeah. It's just saying, I'm booked a year ahead.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about being booked
for
a year.
You know what that means to me? Like you're booked a year ahead. Then that means you cannot really plan ahead for some other stuff. No. So you're committed to that. Yeah. So smart. Keep it 2 months at least, Yeah. And at least you're not worried about your paycheck next week. Yep. But at least you know that there's money coming in. Yep. But you have opportunities too.
Definitely.
And if the demand's there, and how you are successful with social media, there's always gonna be somebody wanting ink.
100%.
You know what I mean? You can't just say I don't want to let this one go because then I won't. It'll be another one in the back.
Definitely.
So sorry, I don't know what you were gonna say, but
I was gonna say, when you book people, it's all done through social media, or do you like the traditional way where people go inside your shop?
Emails.
I book it in all different ways.
Because everybody works different, right?
Yeah. Like Eli, he only does emails. You have to email him. So there's guys that are booked certain ways.
Only contact me through email.
I like to see who I'm like gonna tattoo. That's me.
Some people don't even have an email still.
True. I mean, he's clowning on me because I do emails, but I do Instagram too. I prefer emails because I have everything organized. True. And with Instagram, I don't know if you notice, like you're talking to someone, then you start getting blown up with a bunch of messages.
Messages get lost.
It get lost, and then they're mad because I didn't reply, it goes bad.
No, I get that. And that one time I double booked somebody, and email I would see why it would work because you can just search I see. Let's say his name was Tom. So Tom Tiger or whatever, and then if we were talking about it, it'll pop up there, and then you can recall that conversation. Nice. So that's a good aspect of it.
Yeah. Hey, it just whatever works for you. But to answer your question, I book through all word of mouth, through text, email, DMs. Like if you catch me at the right time, I might. If you catch me at the right time, the DMs there, and a lot of times too. Okay, I always tell people like make it easy on the artist. What do you want? How big? Where is it going? Send photo references. If it's all on one shot. Because with tattooing,
it might be a faster way to
get in. If it's gonna be a long convo, like there's someone else is gonna hit you, boom, boom. It's like it's just straight to the point. Give it, and hey, if you might message me at the right time, like boom, all right, come down right now. Yeah. It might just be like that. And people, I love that because people trip out. I'm like, hey man, I didn't really think you were gonna be able to get me in, and it's like, so I love doing things like that. So
people
it's
don't understand the effort you have to sometimes involve to just even connect with somebody. How you said?
Do you get those messages like, yo?
What up with a tat?
What up with tat?
Yeah. Of course.
Yo, you ink?
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. You do tats?
Yeah, I know. It's my page is all plastered, I know, right? But I got or the ones where they're like, yo, what up with a tat? And I'm like, oh, and then I go proper. Yeah, man, thanks for the interest. What would you like to get? And then, they want to get this. I'm like, okay, I charge this, and that. And they go, I bet. And I told them, I came over. I'm like, hey, dude, who's bet me? Because I didn't bet him anything.
That's classic.
Yo, we're asking that question because first time I heard it too.
That's how rappers talk, man.
Yeah, and now everybody says that.
For
I
sure.
Bet. Like, no, fool, I ain't betting you. Like, I'm charging you.
I think we got the same... the same week, someone told me bet too, and I told you like, so did you figure out what it means or?
Dead ass, bro, dead ass.
What do you use for like booking people? Do you have an actual book or do you use? We have Google Calendar.
Okay.
What do you use?
I keep an old school planner, so I legit have an old school planner. Almost, if you watch me come into my shop, I'm carrying a planner like a portfolio, like a briefcase. I literally have that. I keep a lot of my important papers in there, my calendars in there. But I like to keep it like that. I'll do, more like reminders on my phone, but as far I still keep my and that for me it's whatever helps you stay more organized. For me, that's what works. Back to we were talking about hand drawn stencils. You see, a lot of it is still physical, hard.
It's crazy how you're so old fashioned on some stuff, but modern on other stuff. That's dope. That's a good balance, bro.
Thank you. But I have a traditional, just big planner, and I save them. So I have years worth of those. So
are you the one booking, or do you have someone booking for you?
If you're booking from like it's mainly been me. Okay. Although I hate to say it because you know how people are. I hate to say that, but it's like I'm to the point where I really do. I'm not even. You could ask the guys at the shop. Like I'm getting called every day, and like people are coming to find me, and like I don't want to waste their time either, and I don't want people just to like if you message me, I want at least a response back. You know what I mean? And I don't like that people are
sometimes the fame works backwards.
For sure. Or what do you mean?
Busy. Like as far as like you can't reach them.
Yeah.
So then you're just always busy, so you seem unattainable.
I see. So I'm trying to find other ways to book people, and I'm looking into getting like a virtual assistant that could at least help me get organized. Like they could tell me like what their plans are. That way they at least get an answer and at least get some sort of time frame. Because like right now, that's kind of like a lot of my clientele or new potential clientele. That's kind of the mystery. Like how do I book with you if your site's always sold out? So, but I'm constantly dropping appointments on my site. I don't promote it. I literally just it could be a nighttime, boom, I'm at a few appointments. I'll wake up in the morning, they're sold, so it's just random right now. That's dope. So that's just what works for me. It's like when I first started doing, a lot of people were saying it was like a shoe drop, so
make it exclusive,
so
yeah, that's actually pretty cool though. You create exclusivity.
You know who does that? I Shine. I feel like
does he do that? That's cool.
Not with, I don't know if that's with the intention, but that's what they do.
As like
they'll say like they close their books. The shop handles it, but they'll open up the books at a certain day, and they have such a demand because he's been also on some social media,
TV
stuff.
and all that, yeah.
And so they say, all right, booking it starts May 2nd at 11. So if the high demand comes in, then they get them in, and then they accept the emails they do, and then they book for that month.
Okay.
And then they close it. So it shows some exclusivity. So what does people want to get in?
Yeah.
Especially if they follow him heavy.
Definitely.
He talks about that too the other day on one of his lives. The reason why he does that is because the people that are booking with him, he books about 3 to 4 sessions at a time for them. So
I see.
His months usually get booked up for 6 months just with the same clients.
Okay.
And then he does that, and then he chooses what projects he wants to work on, and then he goes from there.
So throughout your career, you went from obviously learning yourself. You had your own tattoo shop, and then when was the first time that you got your first celebrity? I guess you can say.
Good question.
So first celebrity was actually in 2011. I tattooed a reality TV star. My boy Nizzle, the guy I was talking about, he referred me to her at the time. He didn't really do lettering, and I was kind of the lettering guy at the time. So I did some lettering on her, and that's kind of what sparked it. That sparked it, and it was just a domino effect. I was tattooing people that were like, they were big on Facebook. There was Facebook famous people. So I tattooed a lot of those people early on, and it was just domino effect after that. And then I linked up with a artist named Fora, and through him I tattooed a lot of rappers that way. And it's just been same thing. Just
nervous at all?
In the beginning, definitely. There's only a few people that I've gotten nervous for. I feel like now, I don't get as much as I don't get as nervous anymore. Definitely not. But
the other guys are probably nervous that they're getting tattooed by you.
Man. But now there's there's a lot of cool people. I try to, Mark Mahoney, he's another person I look up to. One of his quotes is I treat my regular clients like celebrities and my celebrity clients like regular people, and that's really what I feel I do, because celebrities, they don't want to get treated like celebrities. I treat them like real people. Okay. And then my regular clients, I treat them like it really is like that. I really give them that extra, try to, engage a lot. I love meeting new people, and I feel like that's one of my strengths. One of my strengths is definitely just connecting with people. I did sales.
Energy.
I did sales before I did tattooing full time. So I did that for close to 10 years.
Oh, did you?
So I feel
what
like
used to sell?
Creating masonry supplies. Huh? Masonry supplies. I was I worked with masonry supply.
Where you got the quick wit.
Definitely. I'm so appreciative for working with that company. I learned a lot. I learned how to create the demand. You talked about creating the demand. That was their whole motto. So I applied everything I learned over there to my tattooing and with the internet stuff.
I'm glad you said that, man, because that's what young artists now need to understand. Like tattooing is sales.
For sure.
It's sales, but you actually doing art. But I don't care how good of a tattoo artist you are. If you can't convince somebody to get get paid, pay you to do tattoo, then you're just a drawer on skin. Like
Definitely.
you're not. And that's what I try to tell a lot of people too that are asking me, it's sales 101. You really have to make the effort to create a demand, to get to know people, build rapport with people, and then actually transact.
100%.
And one day I can convince somebody for $600. Another day I can convince them for over 2,000.
For sure.
It all depends on how you were able to convince that person at that moment and how you deliver it.
That's right.
And, I mean, you're doing a great job at it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Trying.
But doing it in a way that it's not just sales pitchy.
Yeah, because people don't like to be sold either, too, right? Yeah, that's the other part of it. So
people, and I feel like if you work at creating your brand, when they walk in the door, no matter what you throw at them, at what price you're level at, they're gonna pay it if they feel you're worth it.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that is branding. They want you. You know what I mean? So they're willing to drop it. I mean, you became the supreme of it. You know what I mean? Basically, how they drop something and it's already sold out. But they're selling a water bottle last time for like $200. I was like, man.
That's crazy.
What were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying, but you built your way to get there, right?
Definitely.
Like through, what would you say, because of all the celebrities? You get me? That's what caused the vibe.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people started finding me through different people that I was tattooing, and that's, I feel like, what initially started getting a lot of eyes to like as far as what I was doing, right? But I feel that with TikTok coming along, the focus, like when I was like on my Instagram's been that my aesthetic before. If you look at my old IG or just you see a bunch of tattoos, you see a tattoo videos, and you see celebrity tattoo. I try to include celebrities everywhere. You look at my profile, you're gonna see celebrity every photos, right? So I built my profile that way. But when I started TikTok, I was like, you know what? I'm trying to have the focus be on me, not who I tattoo. So I started transitioning more towards like a personality, you know what I mean? Showcasing myself, not even the celebrity stuff. Sure, I'll throw it in there, but that's not the focus. And I feel like people started following me for me on TikTok versus IG. They were following me for who I was tattooing. And I think so, and then connecting with people is the number one goal, right? And like really just social media and life, connecting with people. And I feel like I started creating a community, which I think is also very important too. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers or 100,000 followers. If you have those 1,000 followers are solid followers and you created a solid community, that is way more powerful than that 100,000 people that are following you that don't even really care what you're doing. So creating a community of people that support you, that you rock with each other. I feel like that's what I created on TikTok, is a community of people that either they love tattoos, they love horror, or they love listening to oldies, because that's what I'm presenting. You have to sprinkle your tattoos with a little bit of your personality. Find other ways to connect with you, right? So, because if you're just all business, right? All business is just posting your tattoos. That's all business. You're just selling me on tattoos. But you just posted this video where you got a guitar and you're playing some Led Zeppelin. You know what? I love Led Zeppelin. I want to get tattooed by that guy. Right. So that's what it is. You're adding little touches of you presented with your work. So
yeah, and that's part of self-awareness, self-aware what you are. Like, I know I'm a father. I have my kids, so I get a lot of clients just by, hey man, I saw that you and your kids went over here, or you're doing this with them, or you're started on baseball, and then I get clients through that.
There you go.
Because I'm sprinkling my personality
definitely
with my tattooing, because then it just becomes a tattoo page.
Exactly.
No, but then also I had clients that came in from Orange County that never met them. Nothing. Just they emailed me. They wanted to come down for a consultation, right? And they came in. They felt like they already knew everybody.
There you go.
They knew his kids, because we're always posting his kids and his family. They knew everything. And
that's
it's
amazing.
It's that connectivity that you could create over a screen. I feel like that's what you're talking about. Like,
definitely.
A lot of artists don't want to show their face.
Yep.
And that's I'm guilty of it. It's hard. I'm trying to change that little by little. Obviously, how long it take you? Like 10 years that you say you're doing now social media?
Yeah, I've been doing social media.
Yeah. So I think it's just little by little, it is gonna change.
Definitely.
But you said TikTok, you've been on it for about 2 years, right?
Been on it for 2 years.
2 years. What was one of the hardest things to manage on there for you that you think?
It's hard. What's hard is I feel like what's hard to manage is, being consistent, right, is one of the hardest things. Just making the time, especially when you already have your main priorities, right? So making the time is hard. But I feel the algorithm on TikTok, it's hard because you can perform well for a certain amount of time and you plateau. I've noticed that, and not just with me, all my friends that are video creators, there's times where your videos aren't going to be hitting, and that's just what it is. You just got to keep riding that wave. A lot of times people will post consistently, they get a video that does well and they're posting again and they're not hitting those views again. What do? They stop posting, right? So it's really just kind of being consistent overall is just one of the hardest things, because it can affect you. If you take a break off, it can affect you, unless you're super established and you've been doing it a long time, people are anticipating your return. But in this right now, everything's fast right now. People are going to forget about you, so it's like, there's nothing wrong with taking breaks when you need to. You have to. But, being consistent is definitely advantageous,
Yeah, for me, when I first started getting into TikTok, I think what frustrated me was I would create a video.
Mm-hmm.
It takes so long to do.
Yep.
And then it's just, you get no views, you get nothing, and you just, like you said, you got to keep doing it. Yeah, you're
100%.
like, wow, I spent an hour on this and I got 2 views.
Yeah.
Do you edit your TikToks or?
My TikToks, I edit them all myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing I have edited is my hit list series, but I do all my editing myself. So as far as
in
my
your
short
head,
videos.
you have like, I want it to look like this, or get creative with it.
Yeah,
and stuff.
100%. I used to create videos out of like VHS type recorders, me and my brothers. So I've always liked to create. We used to do like Jackass style videos, or just different, like YouTube before it was YouTube. So for me, like creating and like kind of like directing type, like I've always I love that. Like I mentioned earlier, one of these days one of these years I'm gonna direct and fund a horror film. So that's one of my other loves, right? So I'm gonna do that in my lifetime for sure.
I don't get the fascination with horror, man.
I love it, man.
I love it too.
We have an artist that
Really?
if he would tattoo that all day, he was our first apprentice.
Okay.
And now he's been tattooing 2 years and he's doing amazing horror ones.
Badass.
He just did one recently, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get the fascination. I appreciate a horror film, but not in that way where he'll go to haunted houses.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. And it's a trip how everybody can just niche to that stuff.
Exactly.
That's dope.
I love it, man. I go to the conventions too. They're like Comic-Con, but for horror, right? Really? So I hit all those. I love them, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. One question I did want to ask you about is like, you see the progression of social media into your brand. What type of tips do you give a young artist that is listening to you and now following you now?
Yep. And
like, where do you see the future in tattooing so that they know, not necessarily know what to expect, but where do you think tattooing is 10 years from now? And have you ever thought about that?
About where tattooing is going to be in 10 years?
Yeah, as far as for that artist, prepare himself for what?
So, I mean, internet's not going anywhere, right? We get this introduction to the metaverse, so that's a whole nother conversation, right? Where that's going to go. But as far as, tattooing, it's all about the presentation. So you have to be aware of, again, how you're going to present your work and how to, think outside of the box. Because if an app, right? Because before you know it, an app gets oversaturated with users. So, and when that happens, it's repetitious. You're seeing the same content. So what can I do that people aren't doing? So kind of stepping outside the box, being aware of your presentation. And if you're not using it right now, I mean, you're missing out. You're really missing out on a lot. And you're also stunning your growth. Like you can grow a lot faster with these tools. So I would tell that to a new artist, and I would also tell a new artist, like, make it be part of your job to post, because I come from the time where I had to carry business cards in my pocket, right? You go to everywhere. I talk tattooing everywhere I went, because that's how you had to do it. But now we're at a time where you can reach thousands of people through here, you know what I mean? Wherever you're at. So take advantage of that, reaching people. And it's post. If you're not swamped with work and you're not posting, like, I don't want to hear complaining. Like, if you're not posting, you're not doing it. You have to be posting, at least you cover your ground. If you post, then you have no reason. You're trying your best, so if you're not trying your best, then you're not hitting your full potential. So just definitely use it. And you don't have to show your face. I know you talked about showing your face. You don't have to show your face. You could find other ways to present your work, to have it be you. But finding it, that's all up to you, what works for you, what you're comfortable with. But you just got to find a way to, again, just showcase yourself in your true way.
Get out there. Man, you said it perfectly. You're right. And just stay busy and building your brand, right? Mm-hmm. Because at the end, that's what I think is going to happen later. It's so saturated with tattoo artists now.
For sure.
Anybody can do a a San Judas. Anybody can do a tiger now.
Yeah.
But people are gonna look for that personality that does that tiger that good. And he's also funny, and he's also a good time on the chair. You know, for lack of words. You know.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell everybody, get them in with doing good work. Keep them as loyal clients by giving them that experience on your chair.
Definitely.
You know,
definitely.
that matters. Definitely. You shouldn't be putting your headphones on and just go to town.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to grow, if 100%. You want to stay, just, you know, you got your bit. Anybody can do it the way they want.
Yeah. At that point, my opinion
is
anywhere.
You have 8 hours. If you're going to take a full day session, you have 8 hours to get to know this person.
Definitely.
You know, you might be connected. You might be homies after. You know, you might connect. Yeah. And that's
a lot of clients become friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I think is going, man. It's going. We're super niche. You know.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
That's cool, man.
But I mean, now with people, oh, sorry to interrupt you. But I feel like now, like you said, like people have so much options with tattoo artists that they don't want to just go with anyone. They want to go with someone that meshes as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. What were you gonna
say? Back to the social media thing about posting and stuff. Apply that mindset for each social media, like Instagram, TikTok. You get me?
Yes, I do apply the same mindset as far as like being consistent, but here's the tricky part that, you know, there's content that, you know, I'll change my videos, edit them depending on where I post too. So it really just depends. There is certain differences. I feel like now everyone's going towards short form video. Everyone's doing, YouTube's doing it now. Facebook, we're talking about Shorts. Facebook is major. That's something I would tell somebody right now. Who knows how long that wave is going to be, because you got to ride the wave till you can't. So meaning right now that algorithm on Facebook is very giving, you know, because Facebook is thirsty for creators. They need creators, you know? So if you're posting, you're one of the very few people posting reels on there, then your stuff's going to get pushed to the, you know, the explore page. So, you know, you can grow a lot.
TikTok 2016.
Right? Exactly. Because now you can, but it's a lot harder. Like I remember when I first started using TikTok, I was growing crazy fast. And now seems like it's a lot harder. It's definitely a lot harder.
Yeah, it's definitely saturating.
Yeah. I mean, look at Instagram. Look how hard it is to grow followers on Instagram. Instagram, where you hear people like Nico Hurtado in like 2015, they're like, oh yeah, I was getting thousands of followers a day, you know? So, you know, that's another thing too. Again, you can have like the best tattoo artists in the world, and they're posting like they would on Instagram, on TikTok, and it's not working.
So most of your stuff's organic reach, or do you got paid ads?
I don't do, and I'm glad you brought that up too. All my stuff is organic. I haven't paid for like a sponsored ad in a long time. I'm not against it. I would. Depending, like, okay, for example, like let's just say I'm gonna hit a city that I plan on visiting. I might do a sponsored ad in that city, be like, hey, I'm gonna be in the city, boom, 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 that sort of thing. Smart. But no, I'm not really, now more than ever, I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for nothing. It is what it is. I feel for a long time I was always very worried, you know, okay, is this gonna perform well? Am I gonna get the views that I want? And you know, again, TikTok taught me not to really care about it, you know, just to really post carelessly, just kind of not carelessly, but not overthink it. Because on Instagram, I definitely overthink posting on there. I'm becoming more like TikTok, but there was a time where there was a big difference. But
it's crazy how we think about these apps like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. My mentor Gary Vee said that, you know, TikTok is showing us that it's caring about things more about interest as opposed to an algorithm. Because with Instagram, everybody thinks there's an algorithm. There should be posting a certain time, how many times, what you type, the hashtags. And with TikTok, what he's telling us, and you go attest to this because you're doing very well on that. It just connects with people on a sole interest. It has nothing to do with timing. It has nothing to do with what song you choose. You know,
definitely it connects you to the right people.
Where it just he's walking to his back piece, right? You remember you didn't you record it for you? He's walking up to a back piece and he's not doing anything. And then it goes like 20,000 views, you know? To you, that's a slow Monday.
No, that's good. Those are good views, man.
But you know what I mean? No, like you never know when TikTok and he's saying that the next apps that are going to be growing are going to be playing off of that more on interest instead of algorithms.
Got it.
So
wow,
crazy, right?
Yeah,
crazy how it's working.
Yep. But yeah, no, definitely try to be, ahead of the wave. That's always something that I've tried to, as far as like with the apps and stuff. So, back to, again, what you were asking about artists, like try to be ahead of the wave.
Do you have any mentors you look up to that that talk about more of the social media aspect
I mean,
and
Gary,
business.
Gary Vee is one of them. That's definitely somebody that I watch a lot.
your
I'm
NFT
really
already?
inspired. Like my personal NFT, or
Yeah.
I'm working on something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on something. I just want it to make sense,
Yeah,
make
that's
it
the thing.
sense. So, but yeah, Gary Vee is definitely one. I mean, I look up to, like, as far as tattoo artists, I look up to, as far as just art, there's a lot of tattoo artists, like
mentioned
Manifest,
Mr. Cartoon.
Manifest. Like, I love all those artists out there.
Okay.
Ink Slingers, of course. Those are all, my favorite artists. Some of my favorite artists that came out of there, Orcs Tattoo. Those are all people that really inspire me. So, those guys are all amazing, talented. And it's hard, let me tell you, because, again, I'm in my 30s. So me in my 30s, I'm watching these guys that are 21 that are fucking killing it, and I'm like, that is insane. But again, it's hard to compare yourself because we didn't have all those tools when we first started. So it's just a different game. But no, it's definitely inspiring. It's definitely inspiring. And just keep it moving forward.
That's dope. Yeah, Manifest, I think, is definitely in West Covina. They're really up there showing that they raised the level, I guess, of what a shop can do.
Definitely.
And I mean, the leader there, Fernie Andrade, been tattooing for a long time.
Legend.
Long time,
I also feel like Big Sleep's studio is getting like that too, though.
Yeah.
They're doing the whole media creation. They got the
Everybody
whole nice
is.
sleek look and everything.
Have to, yeah.
And that's another wave that I think is going to happen. Everybody's going to start incorporating, like, if you want to compete with everybody, you're going to have to do social media and save a percentage of your marketing or time during the week to do this kind of stuff. Because if you don't, then you're not going to get the attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Well, like I was telling him earlier, like to do the podcast, we actually decided to close the shop.
Yeah.
So we can have time to do this and edit videos. But now we have Carlos, so makes it easier.
Hey, the team's important. The team's important. That's
It's a
something
team.
that
It's
took
really
me
a
a
team.
long time. Again, I don't like asking for help, but I've learned I can't be like that. I got to create the right team. So that's what I've been on.
Check it out. We know how to edit. We know how to edit and film. So we did it with our iPad first. When we first started, it was just me and him and a corny light in the other shop, right?
Okay.
And so we filmed. We had 2 phones, and then we bought a little Amazon mic that connected from the phone, all low key under the ground.
There you go.
And then it came up to our shirts right here, and so you could always hear it when we go, And we did that, and then, all right, who's gonna edit it? Well, fuck you. I'm not gonna edit it. This shit takes long. And I'm like, well, we need to fucking do it,
Yeah, it does
So
take
it took a long time, and then that's when we realized, like, let's give that job, even though it's gonna cost us money, to somebody else, so that we can focus on tattooing.
Definitely.
Delegate it.
We would finish tattooing like around 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
And then we'll stay there for another 2 hours editing the video.
Editing, and we're like, we're tired,
For
And then
sure.
that's gonna affect our tattoo tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's when we started looking for a talented
No,
videographer.
that's definitely the way to go, man.
And this guy came.
There you go. Shout out to him.
Carlos. Shout out to Anchor Minds. He's not Mike today, but yeah, I think that's very necessary, man.
Definitely. And also, with social media too, here's the thing, what it's shown me and what I want to show people, because that's where I'm trying to take it.
Yeah.
Is, I want to do more than tattooing. That's always been my goal too. Eventually I plan on, like, I want to take it like mainstream, like a Mr. Cartoon, take it mainstream, right? Show what you can do. So it creates opportunities for like brand deals. A lot of times we don't think about that, but last year I got a few brand deals, and those opportunities are because I created the community, created the following, and companies approached me. One of them was Mad Rabbit. Do you guys know who that is? Mad Rabbit, or A&D. A&D Bayer approached me. So it's like,
what about the numbing cream? Is that a brand deal?
It's not necessarily a brand deal, but I'm working with them though. It's
gotcha.
like more of like, I don't want to even say a partnership, but it's more like we support each other. And but I plan on doing more stuff with that company. And now that you mentioned the tattoo numbing cream, like I started using that brand because it was recommended to me as like, it worked really well.
Actually worked.
And I don't know if you guys use lidocaine, but through trial and error, like that really is my genuine like top pick. It's not, I'm not getting paid to say it.
It does work.
Like it really, it's my favorite one to use. That's like, I have clients where I've used the Dr. Numb, the other products, and they don't work on them. But this one, I haven't really had anybody that was like, oh, it didn't work. That's how I'm able to do these big tattoos in 10 hours or whatever. So without it, I feel like I'd have a lot of clients tapping out.
No Bactine, dog. You know,
I use Bactine. Yeah, I use Bactine. No, I use Bactine. But you know, back to the opportunities. Like, there's a lot of opportunities that are out there. Not just that. Like, even I mentioned like Facebook. You can get paid for creating content. So that's kind of where I'm at. I always did this for free. I never made any money off of it. My YouTube, I don't even make money off of my YouTube because I use copyrighted music. I like to. I'd rather use the original music for the original artist in my videos, and it's cool. I'll make money a different way.
Yeah.
But I didn't make money off of my videos for a lot of years. I still would do it for free. It's something that I'd be doing paid or not. But what's cool is like I've been doing this so long, and now I'm getting opportunities where I'm getting paid from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram pays me too. Mm-hmm. So it's like those are opportunities that are just pluses from taking advantage and using social media.
So many doors opened up.
Doors open up, man.
Yeah. But I feel like you probably now you're actually getting the fruits of your labor.
I think that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Branding, you cannot see. There's no metric for branding. Mm-hmm. There's no way like, oh, okay, I branded myself for this last month, and now I'm getting this money.
Yeah,
the money. I feel like it's always ever changing, and you have to the earlier you start, the more you're gonna benefit later, because you don't know when. You could say something repetitive 10, 20 times about something you do or tattoo, right?
Yep.
But you don't know when that audience connects to them, and it might connect with them 3 years later after you're moved on to another thing. So it does help, and your trajectory shows it. I think,
Do you ever look back at your videos and be like cringe a little bit?
All the time. Yeah. Most of my YouTube videos I've only watched once. Like I don't even rewatch them. It's cringy. It's
kind of hard, huh?
I don't even like rewatching them. I don't. And I've noticed that with like artists or other people that create YouTube, they don't like watching themselves. They don't want to listen to themselves. Nah, I might watch my YouTube video once. My guy Diego, he'll edit it. He'll send it over. I watch it. And it's like, it's cringy as hell for me. And I just, boom. That's why I'll rewatch my short form videos all day because they're fast. But my long form, I'm like, why did I say that?
Why'd you say that?
And I give him freedom too to edit it whatever he captures. So I'm like, why did I say that there? So it definitely does feel like that. It's cringy as hell. Yeah.
I just got a fucking mean ass cramp. I was like, oh, God. I was just like, oh
man. Have you watched one of your first ones and just lights you more fire under you?
I've been doing a lot of looking back like recently. Because I found some old photos, some old videos, and it just makes you like think like, man, how fast time flies. It's amazing. But yeah, I've been reflecting a lot, looking back at it, and I'm still like, I'm hungry. I feel like it's a gift and a curse, but I can't. It's even a problem at home to turn it off. It's hard for me to turn it off, and it's a good and a bad thing, and it's something that I'm trying to be aware of because it can affect my home life. I'm still in work mode at home, and it's like my wife and my kids might tell me like, hey, stop working, because it's hard turning it off. But it's something that I'm built like this. I just work.
So yeah, that's another thing I was gonna tell you. Like, do you have like a set time for where you turn off your social media, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna be off social media from this time to this time?
I wish I had said yes, but no, I try to, but it's hard. Yeah, it's try to. I try to, at least when I get home, I won't touch it for X amount of time, but if I just posted something or I plan on posting it tonight, it's like I'm trying to post it and then go back to resume to my home life.
What about vacation though? When you're on vacation, you're still on the phones?
No. Actually, on vacation, that's probably where I'm not. Nah, I won't even take nothing. I'll even take a lot of my stuff and I won't even do it. I'll take, I'm gonna vlog while I'm out there. I don't even record. I'm just like, I'm on vacation. Vacation's a different thing. I feel like because I full on get into vacation mode for sure. Have to, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Man, you're just dropping a lot of gems for everybody, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Like you said something powerful thing. Like I think people don't understand that. Like let's say Mr. Cartoon, he's one of your idols, right? Yep. How you kind of emulate the way he does. Mm-hmm. That dude probably has made more money branding than tattooing. You know what I mean?
Pepsi,
like
all these
Pepsi,
Clippers,
the Clippers logo.
Modelo,
bro, they ain't dropping just a couple $100 on the logo, dog. Like
even when he started, he was saying he was doing the CD covers.
Always, yeah easy.
Because look, let's think about it like this, like the Clippers, right? Mm-hmm. They said, all right, we need to connect with more of the this kind of population or whatever, this Chicanos. Culture, the Chicanos, whatever. I probably was the Chicanos, right?
Yeah,
they knew their culture.
Okay, who do we go to? Search best Chicano artist. Yeah, and then because he was out there, it's a cartoon. Yeah, arguably, is he the best one? Mm-hmm. Probably not, but he's been probably the best to be out there. Definitely. So then they connect with him and they say, hey, How
He's
much?
the most
And then,
branded for sure.
and then
For
if
sure.
he's smart, he's not gonna be like, well, whatever you want, dog. You know, He's gonna be like, this is what I charge. And if
Definitely.
he's already created that authority of being the best, he probably charged. I don't know what he charges. I'm not even say it out there because I don't
know.
even know. Why am I gonna guess?
Yeah, it's big though. I'll
But
tell you
it's
that.
big.
It's life changing for
That's
sure.
what I was saying,
Life
life-changing
changing,
for sure.
100%.
Do you notice him tattooing as much? No.
nah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
so
right.
That's dope how you said that,
Yeah,
man. And
so
that's how we gotta
yeah,
constantly create.
definitely.
And I feel like this podcast is definitely gem dropping as far as
Mhm.
that, because we don't realize the potential, and some people. Let's go back to a simple term, a simple way of thinking. Like,
Mhm.
why do you think artists don't post as much? Yeah, let's go a little deeper. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Why do you think people? Why do you because you tell your young artists
Mhm.
when you come to the shop, right?
Yeah.
Post, man. Get on this, get on that, post. Why do you think they don't do it?
So, I mean, the one guy that I'm talking about, he's just not like a camera guy, period. But I mean, it's one way to think like, okay, but you're not showing the work. I don't know, man. Maybe he's just comfortable with the work he has. That might just be it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you get what you have, not everyone's gonna have the same goals and aspirations of you, right? For someone, it could be one person's dream to work in a tattoo shop and just tattoo day to day. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, you're in. All love. But me on a personal level, I'm trying to take it as far as I can. And not just that, if you're in my shop, I want to be around people that can take it as far as they can too. Cause you want to be around people that inspire you too, push you, you know what I mean? Like you want to elevate yourself too. So it's like, it's also important who's in your circle also. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe just people are just comfortable with what they're doing. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what you want.
No,
What do you want?
We're just talking about
what
it.
kind of career do you want? Really, that's ultimately that's up to you.
Interesting. That's a good aspect of thinking about it like that, because you're right. You don't know what people's wants are or where the reasons are or how high their ambitions is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean, one person's ambition that I think is killing it right now, like you said, Ganga.
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah.
bro,
huge.
I'm trying to edit the way he does his editing. Like his editor's sick. you
Yeah,
know?
I don't know what they're doing, but it's
But
badass.
it's dope. And I
Yeah.
try to do some of that on our page for the
Uh-huh.
iconic, how he uses 3 of the little feeds
Okay.
into one wallpaper, but it's in each individual post
Okay.
can be, if you just click on it, it makes sense. It doesn't look like it's cropped.
Okay.
That was genius to me. you
Hell
know?
yeah.
But that's just design aesthetic. You know what I mean?
True.
But
He's got a good team and he's a solid tattooer, man.
Have you met him? Have you met that?
No, we were featured in this article write-up. I think it was for what was it, CNN, and we were both in it. And I tagged him, and we both followed each other, and it's just been showing love. I haven't met him in person, but it's more like internet love,
Yeah, dude.
So yeah,
he's
shout
a
out to
young dude
Ganga.
too.
He's badass, bro.
His
Badass.
tattoo shops are just
Mhm.
levels ahead of
And he's
design
innovative
wise.
too, bro.
Yeah.
He's doing things that other people aren't doing, so that's also important too. That's what's separating him from other people.
That no ping service.
Crazy. People have been talking about that for a long time.
These guys wouldn't believe me. I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
these
yeah.
people pay to have an anesthesiologist come and just sit there.
Yeah.
And they're like, no way. And I was like, I heard of this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I wasn't there. And now he's doing it as a service.
As a
like,
service, yeah.
You know?
It's crazy.
And even who was it that I said that was on the rap? He had reposted. I don't know if it was Gunna or one of the rappers.
He did Moneybag Yo.
Yeah.
Moneybag. He on his
Yeah.
lyric, he said pay $200K for
Yeah.
Ganga to get my
Mhm.
bag or something like that. I'm like, damn,
crazy, right?
dog.
Oh yeah.
But what's $200K to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's really
rapper.
200K. That's crazy.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever.
But no,
it was a lot,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I tattooed Moneybag Yo too.
Oh,
and,
did you?
Yeah.
So you got $200K?
Nah. I didn't-
No wonder he's asking like, no.
Like, damn,
That motherfucker didn't even tip me.
All right. He's like, y'all got paid? We're getting paid? Crazy.
The dude from we're the Millers at
Exactly. We're getting paid? That's crazy.
He almost choked on it.
I was like, what? 200K? Oh, that's funny.
about to make a call.
But Moneybag was one of those people, you know how I talked about there's only been a few people that made me nervous? Moneybag was one of them. For
Really?
Sure.
How was he
Yeah.
as a personality?
Cool as hell. I was intimidated by him because I would always ask rappers, who do you listen to? And this was before Moneybag got big.
Right.
And everybody would always say Moneybag Yo. So for me, Moneybag Yo for the longest time was my, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. So when I met Moneybag, I looked at him as like everybody's favorite rapper, So I was intimidated for that. Like he was already in my mind. He was already, big, and he is, but
Yeah.
It's dope.
but he's cool though. He's cool, solid.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys know who T Grizzly is? He
T
was
Grizzly.
there. T Grizzly was
Gary
there.
Gary put me up on T Grizzly.
Okay.
Oh, he was there with them?
He was there recording at that session. They recorded a song. It's not out. I heard they were doing their verses and stuff. It was at a recording studio, and I don't think the songs came out as of yet, or I might have missed it, but I haven't heard it. So
that's dope.
Damn, they're gonna give you a call. Hey, bro, why you?
we're talking about the song, right?
We're talking about this.
I thought we were straight,
I
man.
know, right?
No, that's cool, man. Is there some that you want to interview in the future that you want to like? Do you have anybody in mind right now? You're like, I need to get this person on the hit list.
On the hit list, I definitely want to take it to more like a soul artist. And even though these artists aren't like, they don't have the crazy biggest followings, but they're people again that I'm a fan of.
Right.
So I would love to get more soul artists. Like I don't know if you guys know who Joey Quiñones is from the Sinceres. Like I love that band. I'd love to get him. It's more like
it's like a modern day oldies.
Modern oldies, but I listen to a lot of that. So I want to include more like those types of artists in my.
That's what you like.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I like. But as far as the hit list, I mean, well, let me tell you guys about my potential project. That's something I want to tell you guys. So I've been
insight here.
So I'm a part of TikTok's. It's called Casa TikTok. It's like 200 to 300 Hispanic creators that you're like in an incubator program, and you do like these live sessions, Zoom sessions where like you discuss like, you know, different topics, you know, how to edit, how to go live, how to, you know, what hashtags are trending this week, what songs are hitting this week. So I'm in this program, right? And they recently did this this thing where we're basically competing for a grant, right? The grant is for $50,000, and it's basically, it goes towards your dream project. So I pitched my ultimate goal is to have the hit list, but on a major like level. Like my goal is to sell a TV show to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. That's my ultimate goal, right? Smart, yeah. So I pitched my pilot idea. You know, I have the director in mind and everything. So my goal is to basically, you know, self-produce this show, pitch it to the network. So recently I'm within the top 20 right now. So nice. 10 people are going to get picked right now. I did my final interview. We'll see how that goes. But, you know, I got a 50% chance right now. So that's if I go through and I move forward, I'm going to shoot this show. I have one celebrity in mind. That's one of my biggest clients. And I don't want to say yet, but it would be cool. You know, no one's ever seen him in a tattoo type episode like this. And I feel like, because we're also going to be working with like these agencies too. So it's really like, I'm going to be able to pitch it to the right people. I'm going to be presented to the right eyes. So more than ever, I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm almost close to getting this show. And the hit list is kind of the warm up for like the real show, you know, because the YouTube series, it's more, again, it's short. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't include, like on, you know, El Güero MP smoking weed in my thing, or Blueface, you know, smoking. Like I can't have that for mainstream TV, so it's going to be like a more mainstream long form content, but it's going to also showcase the artist too.
Yeah, so, bro. If the hot ones did it, I mean, you could do it too, right? Yeah. I mean, that show just started on YouTube as well. Just eating wings.
Yeah.
That's I thought that was pretty interesting.
It was, yeah.
You know,
now they're a whole TV show.
You're right.
Are they? Where do they play?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I forgot. I don't know what channel they are, but I know.
Is it Hulu? Hulu.
It's
Hulu. It might be Hulu.
Yeah.
But you know, so that's the vision. So I'm almost there. I just interviewed. I was excited, man.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I made the.
Congrats on getting that far.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm in the top 20. So that's cool.
Bro.
You know, shout out to them too. You know, wish them all luck. Yeah. But that's like an ongoing program that I'm in with TikTok. So I've been working closely with them for, you know, about a year now.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. That's definitely next level changing, you know, as far as attention, you know, because if you think about it, the mainstream tattooing has kind of like got stagnant. Ink Master's only the one that is doing it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like everybody's waiting for that next season.
I mean, I watched New York, Miami, LA Ink.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that out right now.
There's Chicago Ink, but they hardly even tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Black
it's all
Ink
drama.
Yeah.
Wasn't there an LA one too? The Black Ink
Compton. Yeah, but it's not even tattoo based. It's more drama based, right?
Drama based, and I feel like we need to, you know,
that's what I'm saying. Real tattoos, real people is what I'm trying to do. You know, real tattoos, real people. So not just that, I want to showcase like, you know, because I feel like worldwide, the West Coast tattoo style has taken over. You go to Australia, they're doing Chicano black and gray. You go to Japan, they're doing Chicano black and gray. You know, so I'm saying. So I feel like, you know, there's all this West Coast black and gray inspiring the tattoo world. And like, I feel like, we haven't really been represented that much. So, you know, again, we got Black Ink Crew, we got LA Ink, you know, Chicago, Miami. So I feel like to show kind of like the Southern California lifestyle, not even Mexican, but I'm just saying like Southern California, West Coast. Like I think that'd be something. And if you introduce it with like, again, the celebrity aspect of it all, I feel like it'd be a cool mix. We
have a series called Shop Life here.
Oh, yeah.
And we record a day in the life of us, and we just try to, and at first, you know, we're starting to make it more entertaining. We're starting to loosen up. You know, before it was more like, excuse me, oh, hello, Carlos, you know, today I'm tattooing this, you know. Now it's like we actually are more ourselves and just relax, joke around, and that's what I feel like people should know about tattooing, you know. And we show a lot of the actual work, like the needle onto the skin, and we give tips, you know. And so we've been doing this for like a year now, so it's, you know, something like that, you know.
That's really cool. And again, you connect with people because like what you said, people come in and they feel like they already know you. You know what I mean? So that's important.
Seeing it through the cameraman, this shop looks huge through compared to what we had before, you know?
Huge space.
So it looks big, and people now understand it, that once they walk in, they know what they're going to see. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think too, like people like, let's say Kentucky or something.
Yep.
You know, they probably admire, LA, black and gray. And we're in it where we see all the competition around here. We think it's just like that's everywhere, but no,
it's not. Bro. You're right.
People seek the black and gray. Definitely, that's happening in this area.
I mean, you noticed that when we went to Philly, huh?
Oh yeah.
Everybody, as soon as they know you're from LA. All right, cool. Let me see this and that. Yeah.
So how do you get your work out there like that? You know, by being out there, right?
Definitely.
Through social media.
Definitely.
You know, that'd be like the steroid of attention, I guess, through that. So we all got to start somewhere, guys, you know, and just try it if you really want to get that. And it's not for everybody.
No.
For some people, they like to just tattoo, and if they get enough business, that's cool. But if you're really ambitious and you want to get out there and you want to put a name out, I think you're a good example of that you're just doing it in a good way. You're not selling your soul.
Yep.
Because like I said, I wouldn't have told Josh, hey, you know, let's get Rock Roll G in here not that I knew, but if I sensed that you were someone else and you're this exact same person that we see.
That's cool. That's cool to hear, man. Honestly, that's cool to hear.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Shoot. Any other questions for the man? I mean, the guy dropped so many jams, dude. Like, what are your plans in the next? Oh, you said with that project, but as far as tattoo wise,
so you know, I mentioned I'm moving. I'm gonna be moving pretty soon. So I'm moving to Riverside. I'm considering maybe opening up something out there. I don't know if it'd be like a Pachuco #2. I'm thinking even about going. It's a whole brand new, start a new brand,
rebrand.
Yeah. So start a whole new brand. You know, so I'm just kind of feeling it out, but. No, I definitely plan on, you know, doing these tattooing stranger videos, keeping up the content, you know, trying to take care of as many people as I can as far as, you know, tattoo work. So just
what about teaching? Is that something?
I mean, I would, but I feel like I'm not even there to teach, man. Like if I taught, like I'm very comfortable with speaking. Like I would do like a maybe a
keynote,
or actually like a social media type. You know, I'm down for that because I feel like I could drop some real things that I've learned. How to reach artists, how to connect, how to network, you know, things like that.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, you know, if you feel like you're not there on the tattoo-wise,
I mean, I feel like
you got experience, bro.
I mean, I do, and I do get messages. That's the thing. I do get, you know, do you offer seminars or do you do this? Do you do that? So it's like, I mean, maybe when the time is right, but I'm definitely more open to maybe like a social media type help, you know. But I'm just trying to be innovative too, you know, trying to be creative and try to step outside the box and try to be ahead of, you know, really what's next. And again, if someone's already doing something, you could still do it your own way. There's nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, do you.
Well, like I was saying, I brought up Reese because I feel like you are about like how she's went towards it. She actually teaches the whole social media kind of thing to tattoo artists and all that. Okay. I'm like, man, I think you would kill it too.
She's in Newport, huh?
Oceanside.
Oceanside. Yeah. Sure. She teaches a lot through her Instagram, and she owns a shop over there.
Nice.
So,
is it through like a Patreon or something, or?
No, it's her own website.
Oh, it's directly through her website.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you pay for it's I think like a 6-week course, and then once a week you have a Zoom meeting with her and her clients, and then she creates a Facebook page where she adds everyone, and that's how she creates her community.
Like a group page.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So, a community like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
I did it. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted when
Nothing wrong with that. Hell yeah.
When she first started it, I was like, man, that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna check it out. So I did it, and you do get some good things there. But once she adds you, you're a member for life, basically.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So you can retake the class because it changes every like 6 months or something. You can retake it as long as you're still in there.
Okay. That's cool.
That's cool, man. No, man, but I think that covers a lot.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
Definitely, we'll have to get you back when you're like that superstar on Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
Be like, if we can get you
A little
over
recap.
here,
Nah, we will, bro. Recap. We'll do a recap, man. Come back.
So how'd you murder the other one? The other competition, bro.
Yeah.
Tell us the nitty gritty. Nah, much luck to you on that.
Hey,
dude.
appreciate you guys. Big shout out to
That's even
Iconic. Thank
thinking
you guys
big.
so much.
Thank you, man, and best of all your ventures. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Likewise.
gonna be a local. You're welcome to do a
Definitely.
if you want to do like a, what do you call it, a guest spot?
Yeah.
We've never had a guest spotter. Huh?
Really? Oh, that'd be cool,
No.
man.
You
That'd be
know,
cool.
and if you want us over there, we'll take a drive
Definitely, man.
to
Sounds like a
Riverside.
plan.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it, man. You coming all the way from the OC, you know.
Had to show love, man.
And any last words you want to say?
I do want to say something real quick, bro. Okay, so I know I barely touched on it, but we were talking about how you showed me a little bit of love on the internet, and bro, I really appreciate that because a lot of times people wonder, how do you reach people, right? Can you connect with people? It can be as easy as just showing love, like what you did. I remember you sent me a message, and I was really appreciative. I checked out your work, boom, shot a follow, and because I'll get people where they'll barely follow me, and right away they'd be like, hey man, post me on your story, and it's like, bro, I don't know you. Like, it starts off with like showing, if you get what you give, so if you're showing love, man, you're gonna get love back, so thank you so much for the love, and the love is mutual. I appreciate, I see what you guys are doing, the quality's on point, everything looks good, man. You guys just keep it going, and it's all gonna pay off, man. But thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Yeah, I meant it with true sincerity. Like, we now that we do this, we need guests. You know what I'm saying? And we're not just gonna just get anybody just to fill a seat.
For sure.
We already got one. Not kidding.
You
know I had to throw one in. No, but we need guests, and it's our job to go look for them. But at the same time, I know I'm not gonna just be like, man, Bro G, I fuck with you. Can you be my guest? You're gonna be like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
So it had to be genuine, and
establish the relationship,
and I think we can connect. And I think we're still gonna be talking
for sure.
in the future. It's not just one and done, and appreciate that. But do you want to say something?
Yeah,
else?
I wanted to say I don't want to like prolong any longer, but
it's all good.
I have my 5 questions.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
This is gonna be quick.
What? We have a segment.
Hey,
5
it's more-
questions.
it's gonna be 5 questions.
There you go. New segment.
It could be yes or no. It could be as long as you want when you answer it. But we might have covered some throughout it. So if you want to repeat it, it's fine. Your favorite tattoo on your body?
Favorite tattoo on my body?
Good questions.
I mean, it's all my family ones are very important, always, very meaningful, but the Si Se Puede stands out to me just because this is like a reminder that I got done when I first started. And again, it's those times when you want to quit, this is a reminder to keep it going. So Si Se Puede is probably one of my favorites.
Dope. Okay. And how many push-ups can you do?
I mean, nonstop or I just did a few sets today. I was doing sets of 25, so that was what I was doing earlier.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
How many sets?
We did three sets of 25, but we're doing
I didn't get my swole today.
I know, right?
Podcast.
Okay, and then I didn't know you were so deep with social media. I don't want you to get in trouble. So if you don't feel like answering,
no, it's all good.
All right. Which do you prefer most? IG, TikTok, Facebook, or Twitter?
My number one is still Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's like the main one still. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And this is a question that I really want to know. What is your favorite or all-time oldies track?
Oh,
I know it's hard, because there's a lot of good ones. But what's that one oldie that you just, you need to bang on Sunday?
Man, that's a... I mean... Okay, so Rock and Roll Gangster, that's where my handle comes from. Rock Roll G is short for Rock and Roll Gangster by Elon. That's one of my favorites, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, man. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, man.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it. So
I like that segment.
yeah, I like that little segment. We gotta add it. Why don't you tell us this?
Oh, I just wanted to surprise you.
That was
Why are you being
definitely.
so stingy? Keep it to yourself, eh?
Kids got talent now.
Man, there you go.
Yeah, co-host. I like that co-host.
Third chair.
You want to close it up for us, Josh?
That's Romeo's job, eh? He's third chair.
Oh
now.
yeah.
All right, then. So I'm going to close it up.
All right, then.
All right, guys. No, but we have a dope artist. Not only artist, he's killing it in social media game. Hopefully you guys got some gems out of it. Leave a comment, even let us know if you guys have any other questions for our future artists. And yeah, peace out.
Later.